Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a diehard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. Welcome back to the channel. If you're a Cowboys fan or just an NFL junkie, you know the Dallas Cowboys have always been a team full of stories, legends, drama, and maybe even a little bit of controversy. From America's team to, well, a team with a bit of a chip on its shoulder these days, there's always something brewing in Dallas. But this time, it's not about play calling or sideline spats. It's about the voices behind the helmet. Cowboys stars Micah Parsons and Trevon have sparked a firestorm recently, giving us a rare peek into how the players view their own coaching staff. And let's just say, their comments raised eyebrows and stirred up questions. They openly praised defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, a guy who's become something of a legend in the eyes of the defense, while subtly throwing some shade at their head coach. Yeah, that's right. We're diving into that story today. Are Micah Parsons and Trevon speaking for the team? Is Dan Quinn really the powerhouse on the Cowboys sideline? And what does this all mean for head coach Mike McCarthy's future with the team? Let's break it all down. Let's rewind a bit and set the scene. Now, we all know the Dallas Cowboys have had a roller coaster ride over the past few years. They've got a talented roster. They're always in playoff conversations, but there's been a recurring question mark over their coaching situation. Mike McCarthy took over as head coach in 2020, with a Super Bowl win from his Green Bay days backing him up, but he struggled to get the Cowboys to that next level. Meanwhile, Dan Quinn, the team's defensive coordinator, has really brought the heat since he joined in 2021. Quinn's leadership on defense has transformed the Cowboys. He turned a struggling unit into one of the best defenses in the league almost overnight, led by standout talents like Micah Parsons and Trevon And it's clear that these guys don't just play for Quinn, they respect him on a level that's hard to ignore. Recently, Micah Parsons and Trevon sat down for a discussion about their season, and their comments were, let's just say, they had fans and analysts everywhere talking. Parsons and openly praised Dan Quinn, almost like he was the main guy in charge, the mastermind behind the team's success. Parsons even went as far as to say that Dan Quinn has been like a mentor, a father figure to him on the field. But when it came to talking about head coach Mike McCarthy, well, let's just say there was silence. No mention of him, no shout out to coach, no McCarthy's got our back. Nothing. And let me tell you, in sports, just like in life, what you don't say can be just as powerful as what you do say. By highlighting Quinn's role so heavily while leaving McCarthy out of the conversation, they effectively communicated their loyalty and where it truly lies. So, why all the praise for Dan Quinn? Why is he the guy that Parsons, and maybe even the entire defense seem to rally around? Well, first off, let's talk about Quinn's style. He's a coach with that rare combination of X's and O's knowledge and true emotional intelligence. He understands what his players need, how to motivate them, and he brings a level of intensity that the Cowboys' defense has completely bought into. Parsons, who's a freak of nature on the field, has become Quinn's star pupil, almost like a prot G. And Quinn has built a system that lets Parsons and play to their strengths, which is something any player would appreciate. Plus, there's history here. Quinn took the Falcons to the Super Bowl as head coach and was the defensive coordinator for the Legion of Boom Seahawks, who won it all in 2013. When Quinn speaks, the players know it's coming from someone who's been to the top. Now, here's where things get complicated. In football, you want every player to respect the head coach. He's supposed to be the leader, the guy everyone looks to for direction. But if we're honest, that's not always how it plays out. In Dallas, there's this sense that McCarthy, despite his resume, doesn't command that same level of respect or loyalty, especially from the defense. Instead, that loyalty seems to flow directly to Quinn. McCarthy is, well, the head coach, but Quinn's the guy they'd follow into battle. Now, I'm not saying McCarthy doesn't have respect from the team. He does. But there's a different vibe when you listen to players talk about Quinn. There's almost this unwritten rule in the locker room that Dan Quinn's the guy who runs the show on defense. He's the one who gets them fired up. He's the one they turn to, and he's the one who's made this defense truly elite. This isn't just talk, folks. This could impact the entire dynamic of the Cowboys, especially in a league where coaching stability and hierarchy are key to success. Picture this, you're Mike McCarthy. You're the head coach, technically the highest authority on that sideline. But then you've got star players, praising the coordinator more than they praise you. How's that supposed to feel? How does that impact your authority? And even more importantly, if you're a player on the Cowboys, who are you going to listen to when the chips are down? McCarthy? Or the guy who's built one of the best defenses in the NFL from the ground up? It's not a stretch to say that we might be looking at a power imbalance here. And when players feel like the defensive coordinator's their real leader, that's bound to cause friction. Maybe it's not visible right now, but under the surface, it's there. And that ripple effect can be powerful. If Parsons and Diggs are so openly loyal to Quinn, what does that mean for everyone else? Does the rest of the team feel the same way? Or is there a divide between the offense, likely leaning toward McCarthy, and the defense, which seems to rally around Quinn? It raises a real question. Is McCarthy just a head coach on paper, while Quinn's the guy pulling the emotional strings? Let's face it, every player's watching. Every single one of them. And they're asking themselves, who do I trust more? Who's got my back? And if they all start answering that question with Dan Quinn, then that could really be a problem for McCarthy. And it's one the Cowboys organization will have to address, especially if they want to make a serious playoff run this year. So what does this mean for the future of coaching in Dallas? There's already speculation brewing. Will McCarthy be the head coach next season? Will he even last through the whole season? Some fans and analysts are already calling for him to be replaced if the Cowboys don't make a deep playoff run, and with Quinn already there, the Cowboys have a guy waiting in the wings who the team already respects. And remember, the Cowboys have a reputation for making bold moves. Jerry Jones isn't shy when it comes to shaking things up if he thinks it'll improve the team. So, if McCarthy can't find a way to get that loyalty, that admiration from his players the way Quinn has, he might not be around for long. So what do you think? Are the Cowboys on the verge of a coaching change? Is Dan Quinn the guy they should put in charge? Or is this just a bit of drama that'll blow over? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for all the latest NFL news. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.